What's going on, everyone? Wacky here, welcome you for week 4 of EDC. It's just funny because I don't even think I've uploaded a week 1 yet. I'm super behind on SDS, EDC. Um, I need to just start mass uploading videos, honestly. Um, but we're here today. Damn, we're here today versus Bage, um, who has a really strange team, but it honestly isn't that bad. Um, He has Thunderous Therian, Mega Sharpedo, Blissey, Melmetal, Slowbro, Cinderace, and in the back, he had like Nidoking, uh, fucking, I don't remember. Because when I look at his team, all I can remember is that he had Blissbro core, and it was like impossible for me to handle. Um, but yeah, I let's start with what I brought. So here today I have Dragapult, who is mixed with Life Orb, Dragon Dart, Shadow Ball, Sucker Punch, and Flamethrower. For some reason, I was like Scald or Hydro Pump. I was gonna run Hydro Pump for the score bunny, the Cinderace, but um, I figured Sucker Punch would be better because it probably run Sucker Punch for me. Um, And then we got Mandibuzz, that's pretty normal with knockoff, U-turn, Roost, Defog. We got, oh, and Boots. Sylveon is, I believe, Poison Berry. I think Babiri or Patea. I don't know, whatever the Poison Berry is. Which is meant to take on Sharpedo. Um, and kind of 1v1 Sharpedo. With Hyper Voice, Wish, Protect, Mystical Fire. And then we got a Starmie with, um, what is my Starmie? Trick, Choice Scarf with Recover, Flip Turn, and Surf. And then we got Roserade with Giga Drain, Shadow Ball, Spikes, and Leech Seed. Um, Leech Seed was just kind of funny tech for the Blissey, so I can gain back like 30% of my health on Blissey. And then last but not least, we got Electros with Assault Vest, um, carrying, I think, U-turn, knockoff, Thunderbolt, and Drain Punch for the Blissey, just to kind of stay healthy. So starting off, I figured my best lead would probably be Starmie in case he leads with Cinderace or um, Thundy or Blissey. I can just flip turn out on everything or go for like Surf. The music is on. So he decides to lead Blissey, which is amazing for me because the reason I ran Trick was to trick Choice Scarf on the Blissey and kind of cripple him for a bit. He gives me the Cobra Berry, which is, I don't know, I guess for Gyarados? So he can get up his rocks. So he goes into Slowbro's I flip turn out. I decided to go into Mandibuzz, and for some reason I just decided to knock, which was counterintuitive to what I was trying to do because I was trying to keep the Choice Scarf on Blissey. Funnily enough, I was almost going to be Toxic Orb on Starmie, but I decided Scarf was better in case he lets Cinderace and I could just click Surf on the Cinderace. So unfortunately for me, because I could have also wanted to try to trick the Scarf back onto me, but I mean, what can you do? So I decided to defog his rocks, as I believe he goes for Toxic, which honestly is kind of a misplay because I could have just went into Roserade. So I go into Roserade as he gets up his rocks again. As I decide to get up my spikes, he actually reveals that he actually has Ice Beam. So I decided to Leech Seed, which keeps me pretty healthy, as I can just keep spike stacking. As for whatever reason, he just decides to keep clicking Leech Seed, or he just decides to keep clicking Ice Beam. So I'm just gonna Giga Drain and get some more health back. As he soft boils and Roserade gets pretty much back up to full. Um, and I believe I get up my last layer of spikes because going into the match I knew his defoggers were Girder and Thunderous. Girder is another one of his mons he could have brought. Oh, and he had a Aromatisse. Why am I remembering this shit like right now? I don't know. So he goes into Cinderace, and I still have a pretty healthy Mandibuzz, so I can kind of scout what he wants to do. Um, as he goes for U-turn, I think I clicked the Roost. Yeah. As he brings in his Thunderous, which isn't too scary for me because I have a pretty good switching with Electros, which can U-turn. He shows that he's Plot, which means he's not Scarf. So I can actually U-turn out safely into Polt, and Polt can easily kill the Thunderous with darts. And there goes the Thunderous. Polt gets a kill, and I reveal that I'm Life Orb, which I don't know if he thought I was special, but just in case he was Aqua Berry, I decided I would rather just sack off my Electros, because at this point, looking at the matchup, Eel was really only okay against like Blissey, I suppose, and I mean Blissey, if you're offensively scared of a Blissey, then I don't know what's wrong with you. So I decided to sack off my Electros, as he didn't bring his Nidoking either, which Nidoking Thundy is pretty much what Eel was for. So down goes the Eel. We bring in our Mandibuzzes. I wanted to knock off his item, whatever it was. Turns out he was Akka, which was good for me, and he reveals that he's Rock Slide, so I can actually Roost. As he actually double Iron Bashes, which does a lot more than I thought it would. So I decided to just U-turn out into Starmie, as I thought he'd go for double Iron Bash again, or Rock Slide. I should be able to take whatever he wants to do, as I can go for Surf, as that does like 12%, which I think means, and I don't think I actually count this, because I don't remember this turn happening, but I think this reveals to me that he's Spit F Slowbro, which should have been like a flag for me, but honestly, I just wasn't thinking too much at the time. As he clicks Ice Beam, Ice Beam is like 20%. As he goes into Blissey now, I need to keep Starmie healthy, however, because basically at this point Cinderace can just kill everything I have. So I decided to flip turn into Sylveon, and for some reason I let Sylveon take a Toxic. No, I didn't at this point. He clicked Toxic. I think I wanted him to bait the Toxic so I can double into Rose, and then Leech Seed up as he's soft boiled, but that's fine because Roserade should always 1v1 this Blissey no matter what. He actually decides to Ice Beam again, which is not super great because I thought I would take that a lot better. However, I end up still taking my health back. Sylveon can come in as he keeps clicking Ice Beam, and I can keep healing up. Sylveon pretty much gets back up to full, funnily enough, and then obviously I get my Wish back. I was trying to, I think, Wish Pass into Polt, but I kind of played out the turns a little bit wrong. So I go back out into Polt, as I think he's going to click like Toxic or Soft Boiled, as I get my Wish back. And at this point, Blissey dies to Darts, and fortunately the Blissey goes down, which was pretty tough for me since all of my mons are like special. As now he goes into Melmetal, I Flamethrower him, and I don't know why he just didn't go into his Sharpedo. That was kind of a misplay. Maybe he was just trying to get me in range of like Cinderace Sucker Punch or like Sharpedo Waterfall. I don't know what he's going for there. As he goes for Protect, I decided to just sack off Mandibuzz. Just to be on the safe side, because I didn't want to bring Sylveon on rocks while being poisoned and taking a Waterfall in case he went for it. But he decides to go for the Mega, as he also clicks Protect again. And at this point, I knew if he actually Mega Evolved, I won the game. because if he didn't Mega Evolve, he threatened to be Speed Boost still against Polt in case he decided to switch out of his Sharpedo. So his best play at this point was just to stay in and let Sylveon kill him. As Sylveon kills him and gets an unnecessary crit that does not matter. As he decides to go into Cinderace so he can Pyro Ball, I go into Starmie as I know Starmie can take a U-turn or a Sucker Punch. I can also get a good damage calc on how much U-turn is doing to me. So I know as long as I can stay above 60% against Cinderace, I can kind of win. As I go Pult now, and this was a kind of a misplay on my part. I should have. No, I actually knew he would spit F Slowbro. So I just had to hope at this point that I didn't crit him, because if I were to crit the Slowbro, Cinderace can come in, revenge kill the Pult, one-shot the Roserade, and also one-shot the Starmie with U-turn. So if I kill the Slowbro here, I lose the game. However, he lives at like 10% and decides to kill me with Psyshock. I do not know what this Slowbro is. By the way, I don't know if it's like Assault Vest Teleport or if it's like Spidef. It could honestly go either way. So I decided to go Starmie as I have to click Recover to stay healthy, and I'm just going to keep clicking Recover. Because he actually decides to go Cinderace, which is really funny, because if I had just clicked Surf, I would have just won. But he also knew if I clicked Surf while Slowbro was in, Cinderace also beat me, possibly, because what was my health at? I was at 55%. So this would have been a 50-50 whether or not I lost the game here. But because Starmie has Recover, I can stay healthy. Slowbro really can't stay healthy either, as I click Surf. But at this point, I know I have to click Recover on the Cinderace. I also have to keep Starmie above 60%. Unless he crits me, then obviously he wins, but I decided to Recover, and at this point, I'm pretty safe to just Surf, and Surf should also just kill Cinderace. So unfortunate for Bage, he couldn't really heal up with his Slowbro because Roserade pulled through with the Toxic Spikes. Or not the Toxic Spikes, the Spikes. And U-turn doesn't kill me, and now I can kill Cinderace with the Surf. And that'll be the game. I know there's a lot of stuff going on at the end that I just had to explain. But this game was just really crazy. It was really like back and forth, like I think, who was the first one to die? The first one to die I think was Thundy, and then he goes into like Melmetal. I have to sack off my Eagle, and then I have to chip Melmetal enough where I can kill it with Flamethrower, and then like and then Pult kills his Blissey. He brings in the Shark. I go Sylveon. Sylveon gets weakened down. Then I sack off like the Sylveon. I sack off the Mandibuzz to Sharpedo. And then I sack off Pult to his Slowbro, and then at the end, I really just had to play Starmie super well at the end in order to win, because I did not know if his Slowbro had Slack Off. If his Slowbro had Slack Off, I pretty much just lost. Although I could have sacked off like Roserade, maybe, possibly. I could have leeched. I don't know. It was definitely kind of a weird battle if Slowbro ended up having Slack Off. His Cinderace did have Sucker Punch. That's all I can remember. But yeah, that is our week 4 match versus Bage. Next week we're against Natsu, who has a pretty sick team with like Mega Gardevoir, Ferrothorn, Glowking, Zapdos. He doesn't have Zapdos anymore, does he? I think he has Rotom Wash. I don't remember. I think he has Rotom Wash now. So yeah, that is our match, and I will see you guys next week when we face Natsu. See you guys then.